Hello students, in the previous video I have introduced chapter Salvator with its critical analysis and read and discussed page number 6 of the chapter. Today I will continue with the reading of pages 7 and 8 with their detailed analysis. By the end of this video, you will be able to tell the meaning of difficult words and analyze the text more clearly. Let us quickly have a recap of what I had discussed with you in previous video. I had told that author knew Salvator since he was a boy of 15. He was a thin boy who had a pleasant face, a laughing mouth and carefree eyes. He was the eldest son in the family. His father was a fisherman who owned a little vineyard, and Salvator acted as a nursemaid to his two younger brothers. When Salvator grew up, he fell in love with the girl who lived on the Grand Marina. The girl was pretty and had beautiful eyes. They got engaged, and Salvator for the first time left the island to become a sailor in the navy of King Victor Emmanuel. He was deeply attached to his home, an island in Italy. Away from home, he used to weep like a child and felt dreadfully homesick. Moreover, he extremely missed the girl he loved. Before continuing with reading, let us quickly do its word meaning. Now see the meaning of word Ischia. It is name of the island where Salvator lived. Like a fairy island, it is a literary device simile. Vesuvius, active volcano. Pearly, resembling a pearl. Seized, stopped. Homesick, longing for home and family. Parted, separated. Dreadfully, terribly. Passionate, expressing intense feelings. Constantly, continuously. Longed, wished. Mute, silent. Uncomprehending. Lacking understanding. Rheumatism, joints disease. Exulted, felt very happy. Bother, care, scarcely, hardly. I suppose it had never struck him that Ischia, which he looked at every evening, it was like a fairy island in the sunset. To see that weather would be like next day, or Vesuvius pearly in the dawn had anything to do with him at all, but when he ceased to have them before his eyes, he realized in dim fashion that they were as much part of him as his hands and feet. So students, in this stanza we are told about the mental condition of Salvator, that he felt homesick and nostalgic away from home. He misses the island of Ischia and Vesuvius. I have told you earlier also, and we have done in meaning, Ischia is the name of island where Salvator lived. From Ischia to Mount Vesuvius one can go by ferry. So he missed these two islands badly. He was dreadfully homesick, but it was hardest of all to be parted from the girl he loved with all his passionate young heart. He wrote to her in his childlike handwriting long, ill-spelled letters in which he told her how constantly he thought of her and how much he longed to be back. He also missed the beautiful girl to whom he was engaged. He used to write in his childlike handwriting long, ill-spelled letters in which he described that how constantly he thought of her. He was sent here and there to Spezia, to Venice, to Bari, and finally to China. Here he fell ill of some mysterious ailment that kept him in hospital for months. He bore it with the mute and uncomprehending patience of a dog. When he learned that it was a form of rheumatism that made him unfit for further service, his heart exulted, for he could go home and did not bother. In fact, he scarcely listened when the doctors told him that he would never again be quite well. What did he care when he was going back to the little island he loved so well and the girl who was waiting for him. During his military service, he was sent to various places. Note down these places: to Spezia, Venice, Bari, and finally to China. During his service in China, he suffered from a form of rheumatism. Rheumatism is a form of joint disease. He was having intense pain, but he was tolerating all the intense pain silently. So for this, the author has used the line, he bore it with the mute and uncomprehending patience of a dog. The doctors told him that he was suffering from a form of rheumatism and was unfit to serve. Therefore, he was sent home. He felt very happy on hearing the news as he was going back to his family. Now come to next stanza. Before that, we should do its word meaning. The first word is rowing boat. A small boat works with the means of oar, jetty, a platform built out into the sea, creatures, his family members, placid, calm. When he got into the rowing boat that met the steamer from Naples and was rowed ashore, he saw his father and mother standing on the jetty and his two brothers, big boys now, and he waved to them. His eyes searched among the crowd that waited there for the girl. He could not see her. There was a great deal of kissing when he jumped up the steps, and they all, emotional creatures, cried a little when they exchanged their greetings. So in this stanza, the narrator is saying when Salvatore was released from his military service, he was coming back home. His whole family had come to give him a very nice reception, a very warm welcome. They had come to take him back home. His brothers were not kids whom he used to nursemaid. They had grown up. But his eyes were continuously searching for his beloved. He asked where the girl was. His mother told him that she did not know. They had not seen her for 2 or 3 weeks. So in the evening, when the moon was shining over the placid sea and the lights of Naples twinkled in the distance, he walked down to the Grand Marina to her house. She was sitting on the doorstep with her mother. He was a little shy because he had not seen her for so long. He asked his mother about the girl, but she told him that she had not seen her for 2 or 3 weeks. So in the evening, Salvatore decided to go to the girl's house to the Grand Marina. When he went there, he saw that the girl was sitting on the doorstep with her mother. He was feeling little shy because he was meeting the girl after a long time. Page number 8. The meaning of word nudged means gentle push with elbow, blunt, saying or expressing something in a very direct way that may upset some people. Now let's start with the reading. He asked her if she had not received the letter that he had written to her to say that he was coming home. Yes, they had received a letter, and they had been told by another of the island boys that he was ill. Yes, that was why he was back. Was it not a piece of luck? Oh, but they had heard that he would never be quite well again. The doctor talked a lot of nonsense, but he knew very well that now he was home again he would recover. So in this stanza, the narrator has told that Salvatore was feeling very happy as well as he was feeling very shy on meeting the girl, as he was meeting her after a long time. He asked the girl if she had not got the letter in which he had written that he was coming back. We had read earlier that he used to write long ill-spelled letters to her. The girl's family had received the letter, and they were also told by someone that Salvatore would never be quite well again. Salvatore was sure that as he was back home, he would recover. They were silent for a little, and then the mother nudged the girl. She did not try to soften the blow. She told him straight out, with the blunt directness of her race, that she could not marry a man who would never be strong enough to work like a man. They had made up their minds, her mother and father, and she and her father would never give consent. The girl's family for a little was silent. But then girl's mother nudged her. Nudged means to push gently with elbow. So the girl directly told Salvatore that he could not marry a man who would never be strong enough to work like a man. On listening this, Salvatore was heartbroken. He was shattered. And why was he shattered or heartbroken? Because the girl for whom he had waited so long had rejected her. Now come to next stanza. Note down the meaning of word bosom: a person's chest. Endurance: the ability to deal with pain or suffering that continues for a long time. Now let's start with reading. When Salvatore went home, he found that they all knew. The girl's father had been to tell them what they had decided, but they had lacked the courage to tell him themselves. He wept on his mother's bosom. He was terribly unhappy, but he did not blame the girl. A fisherman's life is hard, and it needs strength and endurance. He knew very well that a girl could not afford to marry a man who might not be able to support her. His smile was very sad, and his eyes had the look of a dog that has been beaten. But he did not complain. And he never said a hard word of the girl he had loved so well. So in these lines we come to know that Salvatore felt broken-hearted, and on reaching home he also knew the fact that his family member was knowing about the girl's decision, as girl's father had come to tell their decision to them, but they did not have courage to tell it to Salvatore. He wept on his mother's chest. He was terribly unhappy, but he did not blame the girl. So here the theme of our story is also highlighted. When he did not blame the girl, it shows that he has an innate characteristic, that is goodness. Now see next. As ugly as the devil is simile. Then a few months later, when he had settled down to the common round, working in his father's vineyard and fishing, his mother told him that there was a young woman in the village who was willing to marry him. Her name was Azonta. "She's as ugly as the devil," he said. Okay, after a few months, when Salvatore had settled down and helped his father in his vineyard and fishing, then his mother offered him a proposal to marry a young woman called Azonta. On listening her name, Salvatore instantly reacted that she was as ugly as the devil, means she was very ugly. Okay, come to next stanza. Come to the word tenant. It means someone who rents or leases a house, apartment, etc. from a landlord. Fiesta, annual festival. Ragged, in bad condition especially because of being torn. Parish, an area that has its own local church and priest. She was older than he, 24 or 25. And she had been engaged to a man who, while doing his military service, had been killed in Africa. She had a little money of her own, and if Salvatore married her, she could buy him a boat of his own, and they could take a vineyard that by happy chance happened at that moment to be without a tenant. So in this stanza, the narrator has told about the new marriage proposal for Salvatore and how he accepts the marriage proposal. So we have read earlier, few months later, Salvatore's mother offered him a proposal to marry a young woman called Azonta. though she was older than him. But she could buy him a boat of his own and take a vineyard on rent, which was by chance at that moment was without a tenant. His mother told him that Azonta had seen him at the fiesta and fallen in love with him. Salvatore smiled his sweet smile and said he would think about it. On the following Sunday, dressed in his stiff black clothes in which he looked so much less well than in the ragged shirt and trousers of every day, he went up to High Mass at the parish church and placed himself so that he could have a good look at the young woman. When he came down again, he told his mother that he was willing. His mother also told him that Azonta had seen him at the fiesta. Fiesta is the festival, annual festival, and had fallen in love with him. Salvatore smilingly said he would think about it. On the following Sunday, Salvatore dressed in stiff black clothes and went up to the High Mass at the parish church. Parish is an area under church, and having looked at the woman, finally agreed to marry her. So Salvatore and Azonta, they both got married. Your today's homework is to reread pages 7 till 8 of the textbook for better understanding of the chapter, and read the theme of true love at page number 12 in workbook. Remember one thing, reading of the text is very important so that you can quote important keywords and lines from the text.